Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to film my 2017 best of, or my best of 2017 video. So I generally like to film videos to go along with my favorites blog posts because I feel like you can sort of see the products a little bit better and see how they work and, well, sometimes how they work, but how they look, and I can explain them better to you in that way than if I were just typing out a blog post. So here we are. I have already typed up the blog post, so I'm going to be on my phone kind of following through in order so that if you are watching this in order, you will be able to see things as they are in the blog post. So to start off with, we are going to do makeup. As per usual, I have a total tickle trunk in my lap of all the things I want to talk about, so if you hear kind of like rustling noises, it's just me digging through this. So the first item I think may have been in my 2016 favorites video. You're probably going to see a lot of repeat items. I didn't buy a lot in 2017, and when I did, it was often repurchases of things that I already loved. But that being said, there are a few new products in here that I'm really excited to share. So the first product is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light. And you will see from this that it is a super well-loved product. And basically what it is a slightly yellow tinted setting powder that I love to use to set under my eyes. If you've watched any of my vlogs or get ready with me kind of stuff that I do on Instagram or that I'm going to be uploading to YouTube here soon, you'll note that I have some pretty impressive like monster under eye circles. Some of it's shadowing from the structure of my face, some of it's from allergies, I know, because they get worse at certain times of the year. But this powder in particular really helps set that area, all the concealer that I have to put on to sort of camouflage them a little, and helps it not crease but without drying out the under eye contour because I have really dry skin. Next on the list is something that I actually got from my sister for my birthday, and it is the Becca with Chrissy Teigen face palette. And I am in love with this palette. I honestly thought like Chrissy Teigen and I could not have more different skin tones. I honestly thought when my sister bought this that she was a little bit loony because she bought it for herself first, to be clear. I thought she was a little bit loony because she's pale like me, a little bit less pale, but still pretty pale. When you take a look at this palette, you can see right here that it is quite dark. These colors are pretty in your face in terms of like a bright pop of pink for the blush and then a darker bronzer and even darker highlighters. But what I can say is that this is actually fairly universal. I thought that I would be kind of relegated to wearing this mostly in the summer, which is, you know, okay if you're okay with purchasing products seasonally. And I mean, it would have been okay for me because it was a gift and I really wanted it because I love Chrissy Teigen. But my sister got this palette this past fall and I kept on stealing hers because all of these colors are seriously perfect for creating a look out of one palette. So let me explain. This blush, I have it upside down if you're looking at it online. This blush is seriously perfect for any skin tone, I swear, because it has this nice like rosy undertone. So while it is darker, if you use a light hand, it's really beautiful. This here is the perfect lid color if you're just doing a brown or a nude smoky eye, or if you're just like tapping something on before you run out the door in the morning. This bronzer is actually pretty universal. When you get it, you're going to note that it has a pretty serious overspray of glitter and you're going to think that it's not going to be that great for like warming up the contours of your face. But once you get through that first layer, there's really not as much shimmer as it seems, and it really just kind of melts into your skin and you don't see any of the glitter. And then this, oh, I did it again! Oh my god. Okay, This color here is so gorgeous. It's this beautiful peachy, it's intended to be a highlighter, but I use it as a blush topper because I am fairer. And it also is like this nectar color that looks really beautiful on the eyes. It looks really nice on brown eyes and green eyes. So I really love this palette. It is still available, which is really exciting because a lot of the times when these sorts of things come out, they're like a flash in the pan and they're gone super fast. But this is still available. I checked today. Next up is my favorite highlighter of the year, and it is the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Bake Powder and Highlight 01. This is not matte at all. It is not matte whatsoever. It is a shimmery champagne color. It does not have a ton of glitters in it. It's just very like a nice sheen with a little bit of shimmer. It looks perfect with every makeup look that you can imagine. And that's sort of what I like. You know, it looks just as good on me at my fairest as it does in the summer when I've had a bit of sun, and I just love it. It's really versatile, and I've had this since college. I know I probably shouldn't admit that because you're supposed to get new products, they tell us. But I don't until they're used up. So the next item on my favorites is another one that I've had for a while but I've fallen back in love with over this past year. One of the nice things about purchasing less is that it allows you to really use the things that you have and realize the things that you loved about them that made you buy them in the first place. And this is a great example of that. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette. And I'm just going to hold it upside down for you guys. This is what it looks like on the inside. I feel like this was super hyped online and then everyone just sort of forgot about it. Which I get. There's new products coming out all the time. But this is a product that I honestly really love. It has everything that you... I'm trying to not like dig my fingers into things like I did to my Chrissy Teigen palette. It has everything that you could possibly need to make so many eye looks. It has like a matte base, so many crease colors in warm and cool tones, some shimmers, some darker shimmers, a lighter shimmer, a green base brown, a purple, a light pink, a sparkly purple, a like garnet red. It's just beautiful. And I have used this so much, and despite the fact that I've used it so much, like I'll show you what the wear looks like. It's honestly not that bad. I, you know, use it quite often and it's still in really good shape. I have a ton of product left, and this was my most used eyeshadow palette of 2017. Next up is a concealer, and it's a drugstore concealer. It is the Maybelline Fit Me. This is an old container of it. It's actually almost empty, but I wear, oh no, not a 15 Fair. And this is a great all-over concealer. Sometimes I'll just wear this and a little bit of powder in the summer, but this is really good for like a light to medium coverage under eye concealer when I'm not wearing a lot of other makeup and I don't want my under eyes to look perfect and the rest of me to look red. This is what I pick out. It's super affordable. You can get it at the drugstore, usually for under $11, which is really good for a concealer in Canada. So that is that. And then my next favorite concealer is again empty. I just tried to use it and there's nothing coming out, which is a bummer because it looks like there's some still in there, but it is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I wear it in NC15. This is sort of like a cult favorite. I feel like everyone's forgotten about it with things like the the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer coming out in the past few years, but I have had this since college. It has lasted. The consistency hasn't changed. Nothing about it has changed. I just love it, and in terms of the value for the cost, this has been really good. Okay, my last makeup item is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer. You may remember this from the video that I made when I collaborated with L'Oreal to sort of highlight one of their new mascara launches, the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara. I wore this in that video and then I went golfing, which was ridiculous, but it was a work event and I do like to wear makeup when I'm going to be meeting a lot of people from work. And this is seriously the best drugstore foundation that I have found in forever. This tube is almost finished, which is saying something for me. I tend to switch up my foundation periodically just to keep from my skin getting too used to it. But I just keep on going back to this all the time, and I wear it in 202 Creamy Natural, which I do wish it was a little bit lighter. It's more of my summertime shade. I am wearing something else right now, but I just love the natural like luminosity that it gives to the skin. Oh, I have one honorable mention thing. A lot of people have asked me since my Mikasa brush post. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it down below in the description box. But particularly at work, people have asked me, do you really use those brushes? And the answer is yes. My most favorite one recently has been the F200, which is a small stippling, well, it's not really small, it's like regular size stippling brush, and I just use this to blend everything in to keep it from looking like blotchy and things like that. So honorable mention, also like a most asked question, I do really use these brushes, and this is one of my favorites. So my next category is skincare, and the first thing that I want to talk about is the Biotherm Life Plankton Mask. This is a brand new container of it, but this is basically my favorite thing. I wish you could smell it. It actually has a really nice smell. But this sorts out anything that's going on with me. I've been known, I don't recommend this because it's pretty expensive, but I've been known to dot this onto particularly bad eczema pop-ups. I get flare-ups of eczema, particularly if I'm so bold as to have a hot shower. But yeah, this just like settles everything down. I can't even tell you how soothing it is. It makes my skin feel actually hydrated, not just like goopy. And it's a mask, but it applies just like a moisturizer, so you don't have to sit there and then wash it off. It's not a high maintenance kind of product. I love this. And if you have any kind of dryness, peeling, eczema, rosacea, anything like that, or if you just kind of are craving something to make your skin feel a little bit better at the end of winter here, this is what I would recommend. I love it so much. Again, it's the Biotherm Life Plankton Mask. Next up is an oldie but a goodie, and one of the very few things that I actually ordered during the Sephora sale this past November. This is the Purity Made Simple by Philosophy Face Wash. This is the traditional one, the 3-in-1 cleanser, not the foaming cleanser for face and eyes. I really love this because it's all I really need to remove my eye makeup, my face makeup, and sort of get everything to a clean slate where I can apply a moisturizer or the Biotherm mask. Generally speaking, if I'm at home and I have the time, I will use a micellar cleanser on my eyes to remove, you know, my eyeliner and my mascara and things like that. But if I'm not and I need to kind of make do, so to speak, with just one product, this is all that you need. Okay. Next up are two products that are actually new from 2017, or new to me, I should say. The first is the Garnier Skin Active Moisture Rescue Refreshing Gel Cream. Unlike the Biotherm, this kind of smells like grass. I don't know. It's like this green gel in a pot. You can tell I've been like really whipping through it, but this is my favorite daytime moisturizer. This to basically just sum it up, this is the perfect everyday affordable moisturizer. I love that I can grab this at, you know, Walmart or the drugstore and get it at a really affordable price. For the things that are going to sit on my skin when it's at its most vulnerable at night, I do invest in things like Biotherm. But for during the day, I really love the Garnier Moisture Rescue as the perfect option for all day hydration. The next new product is one called Aquaphor, and it is billed as a multi-purpose healing ointment. And ugh, it's a bad name for anything, but essentially it looks a lot like petroleum jelly. Sorry, the hockey game just caught my eye. It looks like petroleum jelly, but it works so much better than petroleum jelly for fixing cracked skin. I use it on my lips all the time. It's what I have on my lips most days since I don't wear lipstick for work anymore. This is what I wear, and it seriously keeps my lips so much more moisturized than they've ever been before. And it also helps when my like hairline cracks or just above my ears crack. I get that quite a bit in the winter. It's also really good if you get hangnails or cracked skin around your fingers during the winter. So yeah, that is my favorite. I'm sorry, the hockey game is so distracting right now. Anyhow, we're getting our asses kicked. I don't know why I'm so interested. But yeah, so Aquaphor is my favorite multi-purpose moisturizing product. But I will say that I definitely use it mostly for cracked skin and my lips. Okay, my last skincare item is not going to be a surprise to anyone. It is the CeraVe moisturizing lotion. I have blathered on about this so many times, but essentially this is a moisturizing cream that restores and maintains the protective skin barrier with ceramides and hyaluronic acid, and it is recognized for skin health by the Canadian Dermatology Association. I use this once or twice a day, and especially when I'm in eczema flare-ups, this really helps it from getting to the point where it cracks and bleeds. So I love this. I have gotten my sister and my mom onto this. I have one at work. I have one on the main floor of my house, in my bedroom at my house, in the bathroom at my house, one at my mom's house, one at my sister's house. Like, I keep this stuff everywhere, and it isn't like the cheapest plain moisturizer ever, but it is something that really keeps my eczema under control, so I use this year round. And actually, I only have a few things for hair care. The first item is just argan oil products. This is a brand new container of it because argan oil can be like really slippy and get through packaging. This one is from the brand OGX, which is this really nice. It's made in Canada. But essentially I use this on my hair, and in a pinch I'll put it on like my elbows and things like that. It soaks into your hair really quickly but keeps it manageable. Obviously I didn't do my hair today or I would look a lot better, but argan oil is what keeps my ends when I'm constantly heat treating my hair nice and unfrayed. And then my only other hair care products is actually my shampoo and conditioner. These are the same as last year. It is the Redken All Soft shampoo and conditioner. I use this all the time, and with my skin issues, I'm just like hugging it to myself like, hi. With my skin issues, I have a really hard time with shampoo and conditioner because my dry skin does extend to my scalp, and my scalp will crack and bleed like I mentioned, and I can get eczema patches on my scalp that are really uncomfortable, but not so long as I use this stuff. I will be so sad if this ever stops working for me, but for now it's working, and I'm so glad because this was like the answer to a prayer when I found it. Okay, next up is fashion, and I'm going to zoom you guys back out so that I have a bit more space to show you what's going on. Okay, so one thing in this past year that I have sort of vowed to do is take better care of my feet. And I broke down this past fall and bought some walking sneakers. And these are the Nike Free Run. I got them in black and white, and I am in love with these sneakers. I have run in them. I have. I wouldn't recommend running further than about 5 kilometers in a shoe like this. Anything more than 5 kilometers, I think it's probably a good idea to switch out to something a little bit more structured and suited to your foot anatomy and any type of pronation or supination that you might have. But for a short jaunt, like I've run 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers in these to get to work a little bit faster, and these are no problem for distances like that, and perfect for walking to the market, the grocery store, to and from work every day. As a little bit of background, I put on between 3 and 6 kilometers a day at least, and these are totally fine for that. and they honestly still look brand new, even though they probably have in excess of 120 kilometers on them already. So I really do recommend getting the black, and then the white you can just use a magic eraser for, and they stay looking brand new. Okay, the next item that I have just been wearing a ton this year is this bag that my mom got me for my birthday. It's from a brand called Dream Control, but I've linked a couple of similarly structured or colored bags because this I can't find online. But essentially it is a blush pink crossbody bag with a cute little reversible zebra print strap. It is an adjustable length as well, which I really appreciate. And the interior is just one big cavity. I apologize, my stuff is in there. But I just love this bag because it's so practical. I can fit my wallet, a snack, my camera, my phone, bus tickets, more snacks, like everything that you could possibly want. You can fit, oh, I almost dumped it. You can fit in this bag, and it has a really nice zip like that. And this actually came as part of a set where it came with a larger tote with like a guitar strap that could also be worn crossbody or just on the shoulder. And I love that as well for commuting, but in terms of what I have been able to just carry every day, super easy throw on, this is the bag. Okay. We're into the clothing items. So the first thing in my best of clothing is actually this layered sweater from a brand called C'est Moi. It has this nice like open flyaway back. It is layered the whole way through the body cavity of the shirt, and then the sleeves are just a nice oatmeal knit. I love this sweater. I bought it years ago and it was honestly an investment. I spent I think $100 on it, and that was buying it from a clothing store where I got a discount of anywhere from 30 to 50% off of products. So this was a pricey sweater. But that being said, I've had it for years, worn it so much, and this is the type of sweater that I really feel like it's worth it to invest in. Something that's layered, actually warm, a classic style, a neutral color. Definitely worth it. Next up is a similarly structured sweater, just not lined. It has the flyaway on the side and a V-neck, and it's just a thin but cozy knit in a teal color. And this sweater and a few others that I have like it are just an example of how affordable knits have been a huge staple in my wardrobe in the past year. I love wearing this on its own with leggings or leather pants. I also really like layering it with a button-up top underneath for a little additional warmth, or if it's just the weekend and I don't need to look quite so professional, I will wear it with just like a thermal underneath, whether it be a t-shirt or a long sleeve thermal. These sweaters like this, where they're just like the mid-knit, not too thick, but not super thin where you can see the buttons of a shirt underneath it, have been a major game changer for me in terms of my workwear wardrobe this past year. Okay, next up for most worn pieces, I'm calling them black jeggings, but it's also super dark wash jeggings as well. I work in a business environment that was described to me by someone who was onboarding me as on the casual side of business casual. So obviously what I can wear to work, not everyone can, but a lot of people will choose to wear this type of style for the weekend as well if they're a little bit more dressy than I am. I like to wear my onesies all weekend. But I got these jeggings, actually I think my mom picked these jeggings up for me at Walmart, but I have two pairs of them. I know they were $12. They're just like a skinny jegging material, and honestly they don't read as jeans, they just read as black pants. And I have them in gray as well, and I really love to layer them with button downs and a sweater, or that nice more investment sweater that I was showing you, turtlenecks like this one. It looks really good. It has a pocket, so it's, you know, reasonable to wear to work, where you can tuck something in your pocket like a key pass. So yeah, I have these. They're from Walmart. I know it's harder to find things from Walmart, which sucks because it's where I find a lot of my affordable clothes. But that being said, these are the high-rise Rockstar Jeggings from Old Navy, and you can see it's just a very, very dark indigo, but I confirmed online yesterday and they do have black right now. So you can definitely get them in black as well. Again, they don't read as overly denim-like. They just read as, you know, like a dark navy trouser. So I love, love, love these pants, and I wear them all the time to work, especially on Casual Friday or days where we are not, you know, serving our customers. I don't know, I never know how to say that. I work in a post-secondary, so days where I'm not seeing students and I'm not in, you know, a pre-scheduled meeting, it is okay to wear jeans so long as you are dressing appropriately otherwise and they're not, you know, ripped up and looking terrible. So these are a go-to for me. So I have two other items. My kitchen silicone pad, or Silpat, as they're called, is actually downstairs waiting to be washed from making bread, so I'm not going to be able to show you that. But they are just a silicone baking mat, and it's great for if you're mixing up doughs, if you're baking anything sticky. I like to put them down underneath my bread because then I know that it's not going to get overly browned from the pan underneath. I don't have like super thick pans. I just have, you know, plain pans, and the Silpat helps the bottom not get too hot too fast. And then, oh, my favorite jewelry item of 2017. I almost forgot to tell you guys, and now we're out of order. But yes, the rose gold Rebel necklace from Stella & Dot was my favorite jewelry piece of 2017. Next up, if you are interested in trying out some local coffee or locally roasted coffee, since obviously we don't grow coffee beans here in Canada, but yeah, there's this local roastery called Roasti Coffee Co. I found them at the St. Albert Market, but I do know that they sell at certain coffee shops around town. I will link their website down below so that you can check them out. It's run, it would appear to be, by a young man, and it's awesome that we have roasters popping up, or roasteries popping up in Edmonton. It's something that is super cool to be able to try locally roasted beans. Last favorite of 2017 is someone who has been keeping me personally company all year long, and it's Lydia Elise Millen. She is my favorite person of 2017, which is how I always put it, because I like to share creators that I enjoy. And, you know, sometimes it's hard to find a creator, particularly when you are a creator, that you feel like is really relatable to you, especially when you're a smaller creator like me, where you see people and they're like up here and you're still like climbing on up. For some reason, I just relate to Lydia so much, and we could not be more polar opposites. Like, she's a newlywed from Europe and I am single as can be from Canada, but she just has this relatable aspect about her, and gorgeous style and a funny sense of humor, and I just enjoy her so much, like to no end. She does vlogs on her YouTube channel. I'm going to link all of her social down below. She does vlogs on her YouTube channel. She has a gorgeous blog that she just revamped and relaunched, and she also has an amazing Instagram stream where you can, you know, check out, you know, her outfits, and she does Instagram stories, and she's on Twitter, and she's just really, really awesome, and I recommend you taking a follow of her. She's obviously beautiful, but she also seems like she has just a good heart. So she was my favorite content creator of 2017. And that is it for my best of 2017 video. Please let me know what you loved in this past year so that I can check some of them out, and I hope this video gave you some good ideas of things that you might want to check out too. And until the next time I see you, have a great day.